Hello, well met. Welcome to Villains Wanted here on the Dungeon Scrollers channel. I am Eric Scott DeB. I'm playing in this game. I am Nikolaus, the Necromancer, a surprisingly buff Necromancer. I refer to him as the Necrimbo because he is also fairly clueless, despite being very, very smart. And on that, I want to tell you about our dice partners. We're partnered up with Norse Foundry, which specializes in metal dice. When you swing your weapon and you throw a die, it has the same feeling of crunching the armor of the monster horde. And also Phoenix dice, named for creatures that rise from the ashes, made of all recyclable material. Just like any good necromancer will tell you, reduce, reuse, reanimate. And on that note, I'm going to pass it over to Yang Yang. Normally, Allie's here, and her absence is kind of messing up our order. So we're going to go with Yang Yang.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Yang Yang Wang. First of all, I am a Witches of the Coast employee, and so all thoughts and opinions are my own. But I also want to tell you about Idle Champions, one of our amazing sponsors. Idle Champions is a game featuring your favorite Dungeons and Dragons characters from all over the multiverse, including Baldur's Gate 3, the D&D cartoon, and some from your favorite streams everywhere. You get the game. It's an idle game. It is an awesome game, and it is for basically every platform under the sun, from PC to console to mobile phones. After that, I'm going to kick it over to Roz.
Hey, tell us about your character first.
My character's name is Tusher. He is a warforged thief sworn master. For some reason, I'm like unprepared to talk about my character so smoothly.
Warforged thief murder machine, yeah.
Yep. And he really is all about nutrition and the most beautiful of plants and flowers. So, Hemlock.
Ooh, thank you. I'm Raz, and I'm over visiting Dungeon Scrollers. Thank you for this lovely invitation to join you. And Jake for this game, my goodness. And I am playing Hemlock, who is a druid something from the swamp, but spends all of their time as a platypus. And so Hemlock is here to join in on this adventure and also refers to themselves as the Damp Avenger. And as we discussed earlier, is notorious for leaving everyone with wet socks.
Dastardly.
And I will throw to Amanda.
Ah, that's right. I'm the only other player here. I guess it's my turn. Hi, I'm Amanda Cherry, and tonight, as same as last week, I am playing Apathy Blue. She is blue. She is a tiefling, and she has no time for your feelings. Mostly, she's trying to hide from her own feelings and also like literally everyone who might want to talk to her unless they are ready to hand her money, which is why she took this job at Galahad to begin with. She was a burglar, and then that was not going so well. So then she became a hero, and then that went really poorly. And so now she does this, and it's not her favorite thing, but it is what pays the bills. So here we are.
And last and not least, hello everybody, my name is Jake Hipsch. I am your GM this evening. I'll be playing all the other characters who are not the four here, and we miss Lady Hellblade as well, so we're missing you, Allie, as you are away. But I write and run Dungeons and Dragons Adventures. I've run over on Ink and Lyre, another show that goes on, and I'm so grateful to be here working with Dungeon Scrollers, hanging out with you, Roz, as you're coming as a guest here. So great to have you, and it is just such a fun time to be building Villains Wanted with you all, and kind of exploring and seeing what happens in this world. So I'm just really jazzed to be here, and we'll be playing a number of characters, including Percy the Pony, who recently died, which was very devastating, but was a cigar-smoking pony, and I really love him, and I really miss him, even though I was the one who also killed him, so I feel really bad about it. Yeah.
No, you don't, you monster.
I do.
I wouldn't worry about it. Death is only a temporary inconvenience.
Again, you don't get a vote here.
Why not?
Only the mortals get a vote on whether death is a problem.
We shall see.
And with that being said, should we dive into things this evening?
Let's go.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. As we come into episode 2 of Villains Wanted, This is a world where the call for heroes never ended. Heroes kept coming, they kept arriving, they kept answering the call. And eventually, every villain in the world was killed off or has disappeared at this point in time. Monsters are rare and few, though still dangerous. And eventually, heroes started turning on each other. What are we to do? Heroes blaming each other. Oh, you're the villain. And then cue the Galahad Corporation, a secret organization led by William Blakely E. Galahad, a very powerful, very rich wizard who realized, oh, you know what? If I just contract out heroes as fake villains, you can prevent heroes from turning on each other, give them a good adventure, and no harm, no foul. Last session, our party went on their adventure. Beggars can't be choosers. Our party had to just take up a low-level adventure, even though they themselves are level 10, and they had to help guide a couple of adventurers who've never been in a dungeon before and sneak through the sewer, clean up the mess, and apparently defeat a vampire lord, aka Nikolaus, as the party had sowed some rumors, set up some traps, set up some undead, and eventually lost to the low-level adventurers, but not without some chaos. The party had to also deal with a group of cranium rats who were actively mind controlling our heroes here and trying to kill everybody in the party. So that made it for a little bit of complication. As we come into this session, you all had at the end of your last session pretend to be defeated, and eventually were woken up by Agnes, a tall, sort of olive-skinned elf, or extremely like pale albino elf with like this alabaster white hair, but with streaks of green in it. You know that she works for Potion Paradise, a well-run sort of like mega conglomeration of apothecaries that have been sort of slowly but surely expanding across the countryside. And she is another one of the Galahad agents. As you had arrived, waking up in that sewer, she popped out of a dimension door and said, "Come on, your job is done. Come back to Galahad HQ." And bad news. Percy the Pony, Union rep for the Galahad agents, was killed.
Can I run an insight? Like, how much does that actually bother her?
For sure, yeah. You can run an insight. Yeah.
13.
13. You're kind of retroactively running this insight for a moment here, but trying to get a sense of how much she said, like, does this bother her, right? And with the 13, you think that she's playing this pretty, like, cool. Whatever feeling she might have about this, she's not letting on anything here.
I share that in my group chat. She doesn't seem to be as bothered as she should be.
In your insight check, as you all prepare to step through the dimension door and go to Galahad HQ, you recall that Percy the Pony, before you went on your adventure, said, "Be careful. Low-level adventurers have been killing off Galahad agents, and that just to be safe about things." Percy doesn't know exactly what's going on, but had promised you, Nikolaus, to get you through some doors to be able to go and actually speak with Dead, one of the recent Galahad agents who got killed. But that's all to be dealt with. At this point in time, as you stand there, each of you, either worse for wear, or for some of you, like apathy, not touched at all, you stand there before the dimension door that you know once you step through, you will arrive at Galahad HQ. And I want to invite you all for a moment, as you stand here kind of brushing yourselves off, surrounded by the muck, the odor, the poo, the smells of the sewer. Is there anything you want to do or anything you want to say?
I lost. The adventurers took my vial of poo that I had collected, so I would like to, across my bandolier of all my vials of acids and potions and special things, I'm just going to quickly grab one of those, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to be like, across my bill. Where's the smelliest pile of something else I could just refill one with? Because I don't have one to take with me anymore.
there's a hefty pile of poo not too far off. You recall that one of the adventurers who actually took your pile of poo was Frederick, the fighter hero who had never been in a dungeon in his life, but he had left vowing to defeat the vampire lord that got away this time.
Yeah, I'll wander over to like a poo pile, and I'll just be like collecting a bit of it into this like unstopper my vial and just sort of like start putting it back in, and I'll just be like, hey, Apathy, your boyfriend took my poo.
He's not my boyfriend, and why do you have poo?
You don't? Why wouldn't you grab some? It's all around.
I
Then
mean,
shove
it's
it back
smart.
in my bandolier.
It's smart to collect a sample because maybe
my
we can learn
reasons.
something about the rats.
I don't want to learn about the rats. I want to extinguish the rats. I'm gonna. You know what my favorite thing is about Galahad? It's that it smells good in there. That's why I'm going that way. You can stay in the fetid sewer if that is your preference.
No, I'm taking it with me.
I'm going that. Seal the stopper up real good. All right. Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to the good smelling room over there.
Let's go.
Meanwhile, Nicholas is giving Agnes a very straightforward bulleted report about what all happened.
Nice. Okay, you've already gone through. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. And Tusher, as Hemlock, you step through the portal. Apathy, you step through the portal. Tusher, you're still standing there for a moment. Is there? You're the last one. I just want to check.
Tusha just wants to look around behind him, check the shadows real quick, make sure there's no rats still remaining or watching us, and then he's just going to step through the portal.
Okay, awesome. Tusher, do me a favor, make an insight check.
11.
Awesome, cool. As you step through the portal, you're a seasoned adventurer, and often seasoned adventurers have a sixth sense for things. As you step through the portal, you recall that right before you got mind controlled by a bunch of rats, you were in a room full of mushrooms. You recall that that room was a secret tunnel, a secret of some kind. As a rogue yourself, the second you step through that portal, something in the back of your mind goes, I missed something in that room. My brain had clocked that there was a secret in there that only rogues should have caught on to. But as you step through the door, you see as the dimensional door shuts behind you. And as you are left with that thought, Agnes is talking to you, Nikolaus, and going, right, it's just such a shame that Percy died, but he was on his last four legs anyway, if you ask me, you know? And as you all arrive, Tusher, you arrive as well, you see as Agnes turns and Agnes locks eyes directly on you for a second and says, out with the old, in with the new, if I say anything about it. So let's move on. And you have arrived in Galahad HQ. The second you arrive in here, you find yourselves appearing on this like arcane circle in the center of sort of almost like a landing platform. Standing behind what appears to be a couple of arcane runes, you can see a multi-armed skeleton just sort of like beep, 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 hitting all these arcane runes. And Agnes and you all step along. You can see that there's a bunch of other adventurers wandering around here. You see what looks to be this towering looking giant dragging along their club. They're well dressed in some leathers and what looks to be like a little bit one of those like posh, like frilly collars, right? As they pass you by, you know that their name is the Hammer, and they often do a lot of work sort of like attacking royal cities or serving as the villain while attacking royal cities or royalty in cities. As you're moving along here, you quickly get a sense of what's going on, right, in a reacclimated to Galahad Corporation. First off, you see massive banners of William Blakely E. Galahad. This unbelievably old-looking wizard. Like, Nikolaus, you're a necromancer. This wizard should be dead, right? The level of just like bag of bones that William is, he just is looking down, and you see that all of these banners, the face is moving around. It's watching people. It's smiling. At one point in time, it kind of points and goes, "Great job, Hammer!" And the giant's like, and then just moves on. And you make your way through what appears to be like a larger sort of like reception-y area. And off in the distance, you see two towering sphinxes, and they sit next to this very well-kept like iron door covered in arcane runes. And you know that that's where William Blakely's office is. As you see these two sphinxes, they're sitting there. You can see that there looks to be like a games room, right? Because good adventurers and good employees of Galahad Corporation have to have an opportunity to kind of let loose outside of their work, right? So there's a games room. You can see that people are right now playing what looks to be like horseshoes and things along those lines. You see that there's like a training room, a cafe, and then you can see that in arcane text above what looks to be the auditorium, you can see all staff meeting 15 minutes written on the arcane text. And Agnes turns to you as you're walking, right? Kind of just filling you in, saying, out with the old, in with the new, if I say anything. And then turning and kind of like saying, right, any questions for me? Otherwise, I'm going to go and get some paperwork done since Percy's dead and kind of wrap things up a little bit for our mission.
How dare you say that, Agnes? Percy was a pony, but he was also our friend. He was always looking out for us ever since we first got to Galahad.
Look, I don't know if friendship means anything to you, but I'm just your colleague. We're all just co-workers here. Friends mend in the long run.
Importantly, Percy was also our union rep.
Yeah, that is a
Legally-
shame.
Legally, it has some implications. Also, I would like to see the body, please.
Look, don't talk to me, right? I'm not somebody who will open doors for you, okay? Besides, yeah, I have to go deal with the whole implication of that Percy was a union rep. I have a meeting with William here shortly, so Hemlock.
Is that a no on the body?
Yeah, that's a no on the body, Nicolaus.
I see.
What can you do for us, considering we just accomplished a mission and we're awesome?
Yeah, good for you. You fulfilled the quota.
Question.
Can't say that.
Have you determined which of us might be villain of the month?
Oh, no, we'll be talking about that, I'm sure. Fun fact, I think you might be the only ones who fulfilled your quota for this month. So congratulations. I think you're going to be kind of top of the class.
Oh, great.
I know that's rare, but good luck. Have fun. Enjoy it in the auditorium.
Does that
I'm
mean we
just
get
over
paid
here like
right now?
we should get paid. I'm over here fingering my swan song stone because feign death or go to meeting are like competing in my brain. I'm like, I could possibly pretend to be dead and not go to this meeting. Meetings are not, that's not for me. I'm not into that.
That's an interesting question. Do the Swan Song Stones function A, on command, or B, in this
You know that while in Galahad Corporation, Swan Song Stones basically are negated, like they're turned off while you're in here, unless you could in some way try to hack it, right?
Yeah,
you can
I'm
always
like,
try to hack your
is
Swan
it
Song Stone.
time
but...
to not gonna say the word I almost just said? Is there time to fiddle with it? Like, am I gonna try to pretend to be dead instead of going to this meeting? Is kind of like what is more trouble? Putting in like time and energy to pretend to be dead and not go to the meeting, or just like going to the meeting and ignoring what's going on. So that's sort of where I am. But I'm definitely, I mean, people who know me or have worked with me, like you can tell I'm like, I could be dead and not go to this meeting.
Make a perception check.
Okay, where is? Oh, it's over here. There are too many screens in my life.
Yeah,
right
no
now.
worries. As you're making your perception check, Agnes or Aspen goes and kind of looks over at you, Hemlock, and goes, "We got big news for us all, Hemlock. Get ready for the all staff meeting. It's going to be pretty good." Also,
yeah?
you smell you smell bad, really
Yeah.
bad.
Jake, do I know if you can cast magic in here, or are there any like wards against this, or is it dangerous? Here at the headquarters.
Yeah, you think that like they're not gonna generally they're gonna try to prevent you from attacking each other, right? But they will not. They'll let it kind of work itself out first, right? So you should be good. If you wanted to cast a spell, you're absolutely allowed to.
Druidcraft is 100% about to happen if I can.
Yeah.
And every step she takes, I'm like little farts, just
Oh.
little smelly farts.
Hell yeah.
And she's like, "You smell awful," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, what did you have for lunch?" Because woof.
You see as she turns to kind of like take a step away, and then you hear, and she turns and looks back and goes, "What the hell did you do? Damn it!" And starts walking, and you see is like all these other Galahad employees are like, "Where have you been? You got beans for lunch or anything?" And she goes, "Stop it! Shut up!" And she just farts, walking off.
I
Awesome.
just like her so much, you guys. Oh my god.
I'm glad you did that.
As you all stand here, Apathy, you with your perception check, you looking around notice that a lot of people are watching you in particular, talking to each other.
You might be muted, Amanda.
No, I'm not muted. I'm just being distant.
As you
Yeah.
as you stand there, kind of like holding your swan song stone, thinking about kind of getting out of this potential meeting, you see that the timer ticks down. Now it's about 14 minutes away from the all hands meeting. You see what looks to be this very, very like tanned, like very fake tan situation, like probably spray tan. You can actually smell it as you see what looks to be this this figure. They come walking up to you. They have one of the deepest V-neck shirts of all time. It is like, imagine like a button down to the last button, all open, right? That, but it is a single shirt as they come striding up to you, and you can see as they come over that their smell of the fake tan is coming up all over the place, and you recognize them as Heartstealer. They're a vampire. They work in the organization, and Heartstealer comes, or at least that's their stage name, right? They come stepping up to you and they're like, "Hey, I'm so sorry."
About what?
I know you don't have words about it yet, but I know it's been tough on all of us.
Perhaps you have me confused with someone else because I'm literally not sad about anything.
Heartstealer puts a hand on you. They cast bless. You are blessed, and says, "You're gonna get through this. Don't worry about it." And then walks off.
Nicholas is like side-eye.
I don't know what he thinks I need to get through, but he almost didn't get through that from, touching me without my consent. So the hell.
Okay.
Certainly not going to
I hate
fake
that
death
guy.
around that guy.
As you stand there kind of readying yourselves, and what are folks wanting to do? You see that the timer has ticked to 13 minutes. You have about 13 minutes before an all hands meeting is going to happen in the auditorium.
You guys want to hit the games room?
Oh heck yeah!
It's
Trying to
curious
beat my
that
old
Agnes
record.
does not want us to see the body.
I think
You want
that's
us to make a
weird,
scene
too.
and you can go investigate? You don't have very long.
Oh no,
All right.
I could do so afterward.
The difference between a fresh corpse now and a fresh corpse 45 minutes from now is not that.
Correct.
What if we fake you in the meeting and real you is out doing a skulk?
I am not adept at skulking exactly. It's fine.
No,
We'll deal with it
Nicholas, you
later.
are very adept at skulking. You're just unfamiliar with the vocabulary.
I am very
Wow.
good with skulls. It's true. Anyway, it's not important. Life is the only thing that has a limit to time. Death, not. Let's go.
As you say those words, you see what looks to be this like extremely wide-brimmed hat, sort of almost like very large fedora. As this albino elephant walks by, the albino elephant looks to have like 2 hand crossbows on the waist, a bandolier of hand crossbows across their chest. As they stride past you, as you're saying that, Nicholas, the white elephant sort of just like puts a hand on your shoulder for a second and goes, "You're gonna make it through. Don't worry, bud." And then just kind of walks on through.
Why do people keep doing that?
They're very touchy here in this company.
Don't touch me.
I,
What?
I reach out toward Hemlock, and then I think better of it.
Okay.
Is my Skelly boy still with us?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Does
you
anybody have something
know-
he should carry?
What?
Very well.
You know, Nicholas, by the way, as you're kind of looking around and as you're all getting a sense of what you're going to do, you know that the 2 sphinxes, they not only through that door is sort of William Blakely's office, but also you know that a lot of more like the private stuff that you would need an appointment for, like William Blakely's lab and other things are back there, right? So you'd have to get through basically the 2 receptionists to then get into kind of more of the secure area. You just kind of getting a generalized guess, you think that probably both Percy and the other Galahad agent might be back there. They wouldn't probably store them in any like public area. Yeah.
When you say 2 receptionists, do you mean the sphinxes?
Yes.
Okay. Have I seen them blast anybody before?
Have they what?
Have I seen them blast anybody who tried to go through?
Uh,
Because I'm getting real never-ending story
Never-ending
vibes
story
out of
vibes. Yes.
this. So I'm like, I'm not heading that way yet.
you think that you've never seen them like blast anybody, right? But
Okay.
you know that they've turned people away, and that there have been threats in the past of somebody demanding to talk to William Blakely when William is busy, and them having to sort of like politely but firmly remove them from that area. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna sidle up to Nicholas and just like quietly remind him, we want to try. You try with the skeleton first. You let me turn it invisible. You see if the invisible thing gets past the sphinxes. If
Right.
that works, then I turn you invisible and you try to get past the sphinxes. And then if that works, then we get some actual immortal people to follow. So the already dead thing, the won't stay dead permanently thing, and then the will stay dead permanently things.
And I am simply to trust that you will not dispel the invisibility spell when I am halfway through, yes?
He was my union rep too. So yeah, you're going to have to trust me, dear.
You have a suitable illusion to make. You have a suitable illusion to make Skelly Boy look like me, I say in my head. Oh, right. She's not linked into the telepathic bond. I lean in really close and I whisper in her ear. Can you make Skelly Boy look like me?
I can't. I can't do that.
Well, I have disguised self, but I don't have disguised Skelly Boy. So
Yeah, I have disguised stealth also, but I have invisibility. Like I can make him invisible.
All right. We'll follow up on this.
Okay.
Let's go to the meeting.
Okay, we could quickly grab snacks at the cafe on the way by.
Ooh, yeah. Healthy
Quick snacks. Well,
I took the liberty of bringing snacks.
I'll just run through.
I
Quick
guess for
orders.
Skelly
I
Boy.
wouldn't
Tisha wants to
trust
follow Hemlock.
him
think,
with the snacks.
On the way,
Nick-
is there like an employee of the month board?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. You see that there is a board, and it's all of the various employees by their stage names, right? they're all up there, so you can see like the hammer's up there. You can see the elephant in the room is up there. Heartstealer, right? You see that they're all over the place. You see that Aspen does not use a stage name. Aspen just goes by Aspen up there. Are you just trying to check it out, see what's going on?
Yeah, two things. Number one, have any of us ever been up there? And number two, who is the most numerous? Like who's the one who's been employee of the month the most?
I'm gonna have you all of any character who's been the most employed.
Yeah,
awesome.
Who's number
so we're gonna come
one
back to
here
that
in this company?
Yeah. I'm gonna have you all do me a favor, roll a d20, and if you get a 10 or higher, you've been employee of the month at least once.
18.
I got a 2. I'm not employee of the month material over here.
Cool.
I got a 16. So
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Apathy, you've never been employee of the month. It's been something that maybe you've kind of had to shirk a little bit in terms of reputation, is that you've never been up there. But Apathy, as you're stepping up here and all of you are kind of walking past Hemlock, you're kind of running over to go get snacks, right? You all have a chance to look at this board for but a moment. And the first thing that shocks you is that you see Tusher, who's up pretty high on the list right now. You see Nikolaus right below. Hemlock, you're right below that. And Apathy, you're on the board.
That had to be a mistake.
You also all know that Percy the Pony has been on the board a lot, but the most frequent employee of the month is Aspen. Aspen, for the last couple of years, has basically been top of the leaderboards most of the time.
She's got a picture up there, right?
Oh yeah, and it's fully black and white. It is at a complete canted angle, and it's just her like looking at it, being like this.
Tusher, boost me.
Here you go.
I'm just gonna draw a little mustache on it.
Awesome. As you're drawing a mustache on it, you see as this little spider comes lowering down, and you see as the spider sort of drops down beside you and goes, "Hello?
Hey, what's happening?"
I'm trying to move the picture. Could you vandalize it after I'm done?"
Actually, I'm on a bit of a time limit. Can I vandalize and then you do your thing?
Yeah, done. Sure, whatever. Yeah. All right.
Do I know you?
Oh, Greg. Nice to meet you.
Greg, I'll shake one of the tiny hands. Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
You see anything unusual lately, little buddy?
Wow, that's a great question. No, they got new snacks in the cafeteria. They're really good.
Yeah, what about like people going in and out past the yield sphinxes back there?
No, nothing new other than the person you're vandalizing's been in a couple of times.
Yeah, when's the last time you saw Percy?
Percy? Just recently. Oh, it's so devastating. Percy's dead. I don't know if you know.
I did hear that, yes. Hey, how good are you at getting past the sphinxes? Do they just like let you go? Does he have like a tiny little like badge? Like it's like really teeny tiny?
Oh, it's a great question. No, I don't get past easy. No. They gotta answer the riddle. The riddle's pretty hard.
Have you heard somebody? What's like you got any
Oh, they change it all. They change it all the time.
Oh. Really? Because I could give you snacks if you go listen in and maybe report back. I got snacks from the cafeteria.
Hey, you know what? I'm on my way. Let me go get permission from Mom first, and then let me get this done. Let me get permission from Mom, and then I'll come over and I'll do it.
I love it. That's a real good list.
Yeah, all right. Hey, congratulations, by the way. And you watch as Greg unplucks Aspen's picture that's now been vandalized, lowers it below all four of you, and then plucks it back on the side of the wall.
Yes.
Mean girls.
All right.
It's the most Dance Moms thing ever to happen on a Dungeon Scrollers stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, you too. Get me those snacks. Get me the good ones.
I'm
All right,
all
and-
on it.
Hemlock, are you almost done up there? Your feet are a little squishy and gross. I want them off my shoulders.
Shh. I'm talking to Greg.
Oh, okay. Carry on then.
I'll tap him twice with my little webbed foot so I can get put down.
Yep. Cool. You get lowered in. You all have a chance if you want to. You can run and get snacks if you want. Racing through the cafeteria, you can see that there's a couple other people who are doing the exact same thing, right? People who are, somebody has like a basket and is fully just shoveling some snacks in there, being like, I heard this meeting's going to be really long. Like, this is going to be a rough one, a rough, boring, long one. We got to stock up now. Somebody else is like fully, has like one of those portable holes and is also pushing stuff into the portable hole. And as you arrive, you can see that it looks like a fully catered cafeteria, unlike maybe like the normal Wild West of this cafeteria, where a lot of you all have to just make your own food or fight over whatever's in the fridge, no matter whose name is on it. You see that it's fully catered, and you can see that all of it looks to be various vials of liquids in different colors, like rainbow colors. You can see reds, blues, purples, oranges, yellows, and each of them bears the PP Perfect Potion Paradise branding. Running in, you can see that there's all these little name tags, right? This is like raspberry lemonade jello, or like, you notice that all of these potions are different flavored drinks.
I mean, I always have wanted to do shots before a meeting. Like, this is fair. Yeah.
No,
probably
we
not-
want natural stuff, right, Tusher? We don't want
Yeah.
anything from this, like. I see
Yeah.
people like picking them up, and I'm just like knocking them out of their hands. No.
I think with Hemlock's I think with Hemlock's distraction, Tushers wants to sneak over to the biggest pile of like unintended unhealthy stuff that he can, and then like sleight of hand it to steal it all, and then replace it with like fruits, vegetables, and good berries.
Nice. Okay. Perfect. You will automatically succeed in doing this. You can basically replace this. There's only like 3 of you, other than you. There's like 1 or 2 other people just shoveling stuff into various bags, getting ready for the meeting, and you can see that they're all starting to leave and kind of vacate.
Ooh, as they walk past me, I want to steal those bags from their hands and replace it with a good berry.
And while you're doing that, I'm gonna freeze everything that's still in the buffet. So then like the vials crack and like it's
monster.
We're just with this.
Crazy. All right. You manage to steal one of the 2 people's things, right? You actually get your hands on what looks to be your choice here. You can either choose the bag or you can choose the portable hole.
Ooh, definitely the portable hole.
Okay. You snag the portable hole from them as they're sort of like, oh, I'm going to be late to the meeting. And they turn and like it's fully like tucked into their arm. And as you snag it, you replace it with a good berry, right? As they sprint out. The other figure who has the bag, right? As you go, they with a natural 20 are basically, they just slap your hand. They're like, no, hey, this is my stuff. All right.
I was trying to
Potion
do you
Paradise.
a favor. You would have
Potion
thanked me in
Paradise
20
is the-
years.
No, it's the best. Right? Potions perfectly produced. This is top food. Yeah, I gotta get in here. See you later. They shuffle on past.
A conflict of interest for Aspen to just hawk her wares here.
It's like all from the guild. It's the whole guild is starting to do this. They're all following her. We should be making stuff naturally, and from real ingredients and from poo we collect organically, not poo we make in like a barn with like things that are just stuck there and they can't even escape. It's
I meant the economic cronyism, but yes, that too.
you lost me at poo, but
yeah. Well, you can drink all her PP potions if you want.
absolutely not doing that.
So Tusher, in the meantime, is going to take the portable hole and just dump out all of the potions, and then he's going to hand it to Nikolaus. Here, this might help you when you try to sneak in.
Nicholas, as you get handed the portable hole, right, you actually see that you see that this figure that they're this really well dressed, like fully yellow skinned tiefling. You know their name is Catastrophe. Was the person who had the bag, and you see that Catastrophe pokes their head in actually and goes, "Hey, you're all going to be late to the meeting. Also, Nicholas, I'm so sorry about the breakup. Don't worry, all of us are rooting for you. See you later," and leaves.
Breakup? What breakup?
Well,
Got
in a
something you want to
previous
tell me
life.
about?
We should get to the meeting.
No,
This is a
yeah,
long
we don't want to be
story.
late.
I'll bring the tea. Let's go.
I mean, we
Stash that purple
absolutely
hole in my pack.
do want to be late. We don't want to be there at all, but fair.
If you really don't want to go, I could cast Feign Death on you
Fine.
and stash you in the portable hole.
I know. That is a far more tempting offer than it should be. But I also don't want to go to this meeting, but I also don't want to get in trouble. I don't want my pay docked. I'm gonna have to lay low on the side hustle for a little while because of that Frederick person. I'll go to the
Boyfriend.
meeting. No, he made that up. He imagined all of it. All I did was take him for 5 gold pieces and lead him into the sewer to what should have been his death, but then we happened.
Real
Isn't that like your
relationships have been
backstory
based
with
on
Nicholas?
less.
What?
I don't know.
I don't
Something
know.
happened. He died almost.
What do you
He
mean,
died
almost?
entirely,
Yes.
and I wasn't that sad about it. But then here he is. Here he is.
I guess we're gonna walk and snack.
We're walking and talking toward the
You hear over the PA system, "Hello, I am William Blakely E. Galahad. Get into the auditorium now. We have an all-hands meeting, and I can't wait to tell you the changes."
Oh, but I can wait to hear them.
And as you step out, you see that the two sphinxes, their heads sort of turn to follow you. You are the last 4 out here. As you all make your way over to the auditorium at this point, it has gone. You see that it switches from 1 minute and is now counting down the seconds with the arcane script above the auditorium doors as you all wander on into the auditorium.
I'm picturing the clock on the stage at the Eras Tour as it like counts down to midnight.
Exactly. As you all step into the auditorium, you open the doors, right? You see that 2 skeletal ushers are standing on either side of the door, and you see that they sort of gesture for you and they point, and there are 4 chairs in the very back of the auditorium that are left empty. They're the last chairs there. You see that everyone else has more or less been ushered from front to back. And you, because you are the last ones, you chose not to go in early. You are in the very back of the group. They direct you to sit down there. And as you look, you can see that in front of you is this ornate, well-crafted, almost entirely made out of like gold gilding, bits of silver, precious metals, gems, all across the stage. You can see that there's a single microphone in the center of the stage. And high above you, you can see what looks to be this colossal spider, probably like 40 to 50 feet in just the body length, and then the legs just spread across. And as you look, you can see that this spider is just sort of hanging out. You know that this spider's name is Wilhelmina, and she is sort of like, she helps kind of run all the lights and manage all of the stage work that happens on this stage. And Wilhelmina is just sort of watching from above here. And as you all arrive, you see as a group of skeletal bards step out on stage. And then they go, and they start to harmonize and go, "Welcome, William Blakely E. Galahad. this magical arcane explosion occurs as suddenly in a shower of sparks, you see truly the oldest wizard of all time, just sort of like, and you hear almost this groan upon arrival from William as he arrives, and you see as he comes, reaches forward and grabs the microphone. Is this thing on? I can do it without the microphone. Do people want me to do it without the microphone?
Use the mic.
I can project. I can project if you
Use the mic.
Okay, I guess we're using the microphone. Some of us here are having a hard time hearing me. Well, thank you all for coming. I have exciting news. But let me first tell you all the really bad news. First off, we've not met our quotas. The heroes, there are too many of them. The call never stops. And there are too many adventures. You all need to do more. We need to up our quotas in some way, shape, or form. And we have plans for that. The other bad news. As you all know, the company suffered a terrible, terrible loss. Nikolaus, Apathy, your breakup was a heartbreaking experience for everyone here. Listen, everyone's been talking about it. And I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart that I am sorry. You're both gonna get through it. In fact, and he snaps a finger. I'm gonna roll a quick D6 here to just see, or a D4 actually. There are 4 of you here. I'm gonna see which one of you this occurs to. Oh, well, look at that, Apathy. It was you. You see as he snaps his fingers, and suddenly this bolt of lightning smacks into you, and you can feel this sort of like almost radiant heat touching you for a second. And you see as you were already blessed. At this point in time, your next 2 checks will be with advantage. You feel like this invigorating energy. Did I get the right one? Can someone confirm? I kind of just like winged it. I really threw it out there.
Yes, you did, William.
Hey, you 2 are gonna get through it. Anyway, the other bad news, Percy the Pony's dead. I'm sure you all are aware of this. It's devastating. Your union rep. I want us all to take a moment of silence. I mean, feel free to talk amongst yourselves, but honestly, just like take a little bit of silence for yourselves if you need to. And anything you guys would like to do in this moment is kind of like people are either kind of like silent or just sort of checking in. You hear the sobs, and from a distance, all of you can see that kind of up near the front row, you see Carter. Carter Cartwright, the newbie, the recruit who worked with Aspen and Percy the Pony in the last mission. And he's just sobbing into his hands. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna
Nicholas,
totally
what the
ignore this
hell?
side eye that's coming at me, and I'm gonna make an investigation check. Here we go. This is my attempt to determine if our boss is a lich. Oh, that's 10. It's probably not sufficient.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny
Right.
this guy. You just know he's a very old wizard,
I have
right?
theories.
You don't know that much about William Blakely E. Galahad, right? William has just sort of been around for a very long time. Yeah.
No, if he's a lich, he must be keeping his soul cage somewhere nearby.
Do you know how much less I care whether or not our boss is a lich than I care how he found out that you and I were ever seeing each other, much less that we broke up? What the hell?
Oh,
I know I didn't tell anybody. You told it.
But,
Well, I told everyone who would listen, and I assumed that he was in the loop.
What part of discretion did not cross your mind?
As you say those words, you see that you see what looks to be this like giant boa constrictor who's been like twisted up, who you know his stage name is The Twist, turns and goes, "So sorry about your breakup. Wishing you luck. Oh, wishing you luck."
I was under the impression that it was till death do us part, and I recall dying.
It was on the down low. It was quiet. It was not a word.
What does
I'm
that
just
mean
gonna
exactly?
I'm eating like so much like dried kelp and seaweed from the snack stand, and when you say it's on the down low, and I'm just gonna like and like spit all of my like snacks out that I've been trying to like eat.
Was I not supposed to tell anyone?
You were not supposed to tell anyone.
Oh,
Private life.
I see.
Private work life. At
Well,
work.
It's part of a previous
Never
life.
the twain shall meet.
I assumed it was a matter of public record.
Apparently it was. Just no one told me.
Oh,
Look,
well,
guys, I'm really happy you're working out your interpersonal problems, but right
No,
now it's
no,
supposed to be a moment
no.
of silence for our union rep.
And the moment of silence is over. Let us get the reports going for the annual report to explain why the quota is bad. And a PowerPoint pops up, and you see it as the most boring set of numbers of all time, basically talking about how the rise of heroes continues to go up, right? But the rise of Galahad agents is actually going down, especially with the recent death of Percy the Pony and the other member. Right, they're just like chatting through this, and we're going to come back to you all. But you just imagine the background, right? That William Blakely is just going on, and you notice that a new arcane timer has emerged, and it says time left remaining in meeting, and it says 2 hours.
I take damage.
Apathy, I have terrible, terrible news for you.
What now?
Feign death only lasts up to an hour.
I am literally gonna spend the next 2 hours. Like, I'm not listening. I'm mad and I'm not listening. I am randomly freezing things within my line of sight just to see what happens when I freeze them. People's snacks halfway to their face, their shoelaces, seat backs, the screws, to see if I freeze the screw in the seat will come up unscrewed from the floor and maybe eventually break, and someone might fall on their backside, and that would be far more entertaining than what is happening right now.
Do I see Aspen?
You don't.
What was the name of the person who was with Aspen? Percival?
Carter. Carter Cartwright. Yeah.
So, I'd like to send one of my ethereal bees over and just kind of like mark him in the crowd, maybe like float like high above his head just so we know where he is. And then can I like just do an insight check? Like, am I too far away to figure out, like, is he crying for real or do I think he's pretending?
You don't even have to make the check in this moment of time. 100% Carter is losing it. Yeah. Carter is fully, all throughout this moment of silence, has been sobbing. It has been, you think that you're looking at this, like, just with a base insight, you know that this is like genuine sadness. This isn't an act. Carter hasn't taken moments to like check almost socially to see, should I keep going? Carter's in his own world right now.
Okay. So I think Tusha's going to lean over to like the Nikolaus and Apathy, and he's going to say, hey, maybe while you two are investigating the body, Hemlock and I can go check out Carter and maybe Aspen, because they were the last two that actually saw Percy alive. And maybe we could get some more info.
This is reasonable.
It's not a bad idea.
Right. I suggest Apathy and I leave first.
Yeah.
Wait.
I lean over to Skelly Boy and I whisper some commands to him.
Okay. Hemlock, what were you gonna say?
Wait. Before you guys go, nice sneaking off, wink. But also, I'm just gonna quickly burn a high level spell slot here, and I'm gonna cast Locate Creature, and I'm gonna locate Percy. If maybe he's not dead, if Percy the Pony is within 1,000 feet of us.
Ooh.
So it says I can describe the name of a creature who's familiar to me. Rip. Percy, but maybe he's not dead, you guys, just in case. I mean, I work all the time with Nicholas. He's dead all the time, and he's still like locatable.
He's
Of
dead
course.
often,
Brilliant.
and yet he's right here causing me trouble. It's true.
Locate creature doesn't work. You could always try locate object.
What? Wow. You know what?
Locate what's left of Percy.
I'm not gonna be mean, right? Like, I think no matter the case, like locate creature, locate object. I love the theory behind what's going on here. You casting locate creature, I'm like so on board with this, right? You cast it and you can tell that like as you're sitting there, what does it look like? And is there any smell or sensory things that happen when you cast smell or spells? Like
Oh my
sometimes
God.
spells carry some of those sort of like feelings behind them. What's yours like?
So my components that I need for this is the bit of the fur of a bloodhound. And so I'm wet dog real hard here. It's just like all of a sudden it's like I just shake like I'm a golden retriever just come out of the swamp. And so just like little bits of like the water kind of spray off of me and they just sort of form in this swirl that would point towards if I could locate the creature and like what direction they might go. And then it's just like super stinky wet dog.
You cast this, right? And as you do so, make for me a stealth check.
Oh, that's good. That is a 21.
Rad.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. So you kind of do this and you manage to kind of like, you're very small in the crowd already, right? But you cast this, you're in the back of the room. As you cast it, suddenly this little bright bead of light appears in front of you. It looks like a little dog. And, and then it turns and like one of those pointers, it just like points in a direction. As it turns, as you kind of look, you think that it goes back through the doorway and is pointing towards where you like relatively to the Sphinxes.
Nicholas! That way! That means maybe Percy's not dead.
All right. Let's
I want to make sure I clarify that I am allowing a locate creature to work on. I'm not going to confirm nor deny if Percy is dead or not, but I am allowing it to work in either case.
And in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna hope I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
But I understand.
As you say this, as the plans are coming together, we're going to come to Tusher here in a second because I know we've all been kind of chatting and making some schemes here. I want to bring in two things happen here. First off, as all this is occurring, you feel a little tug at your feet going on, Hemlock. And at the same time as that tug is happening, Tusher, what goes through your mind? Any plans, any things you wanted to do?
I had been secretly putting good berries inside the pockets of my friends Apathy and Nikolaus because who knows what they're gonna face and they're gonna need a little bit of pocket healing.
Yeah, cool. You've been doing the good berries, right? And as this tug happens on your feet, your foot there, Hemlock, you hear William Blakely go, "And Nikolaus, let us not forget. Everybody. Sorry, that's as loud as my clap can get. Everybody give a round of applause to Nikolaus, who is been selected as this month's Employee of the Month."
Oh.
Yes, everyone, give him the clap.
Congratulations. As you say that, Apathy, somebody goes, "Nice." And Nikolaus, come up here for a moment. Come
All
up
right,
here.
Skelly
for a
Boy
moment.
starts heading up there.
So your skeleton starts going up there.
Mhm.
William, you see, like pulls out a monocle and is like, "Oh, you look worse for wear, Nikolaus.
You have no idea.
In honor of the Employee of the Month." Meanwhile, Hemlock, you turn and look. Hey, it's Greg.
Greg!
Hey, what's going on?
I got snacks for you, buddy.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. All right, any of those perfect potions? Potion Paradise?
You don't want those, buddy.
Oh.
Let me tell you. I got fresh green apple slices with peanut butter.
Yeah. Bananas?
I look over to Tusher. I'm like, "Did you tell me you have bananas?"
just stealthily put some bananas into her other hand.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, and I got a trade for you, right? So I saw that tall elf, the one you were vandalizing. The elf walked on in right
Yeah,
before the meeting.
make sure you tell everybody that her name is Butt Munch.
Butt Munch it is. Sounds good. So the elf walked in there, and the riddle that the Sphinx has asked is as follows. Okay, and I remembered it pretty well. When one does not know what it is, then it's something. When one knows what it is, then it's nothing. I didn't hear
Wow.
what she said though. So, if you need to, ask around, but yeah, you should go check that out. All right, I'm gonna take my snacks. I'm gonna go up to Mom.
You're the best, man.
Yo,
Say
you're the
hi.
best. Yo, barbecue Sunday?
We're so in.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, my place.
I get his deets.
Yeah, fully. Greg pulls out what looks to be this little arcane runic crystal, and you see that has all these spider webs on the back, and it's sort of like, here, put your number in here, and then boo boo boo, you exchange the deets, right? Meanwhile, yeah. So when no one, I'm gonna reread that riddle one more time, just without a Greg voice here, right?
And the idea is that I'll be relaying it because I understand it not at all. So I'm just trying to just the words need to come out of my bill as fast as I can so that they're exactly to Amanda, so that
Perfect.
For her character, for Apathy to be able to be like, I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Awesome. When one does not know what it is, then it is something, and when one knows what it is, then it is nothing.
You got it, Apathy? She's got it.
I can repeat it. That's yes. And so
awesome. Right, all that's happening. All right, employee of the month. Every employee of the month receives a gift. Today, we're going to spice things up because it's been pretty brutal here in Galahad Corporation over the month. Given the breakup and Percy's death, we're doing mystery boxes. We're doing mystery boxes today. And you see his two skeletons walk out and bring out two boxes with big old question marks on them. All right.
Boy's like,
one of them, and I'm just going to tell you, but the mystery is which one you'll pick. One of them has Sebastian in it, and one of them has a cape of the Mountebank in it. Are you going to pick left or right? Meanwhile, all this is happening. Everybody's enraptured on this, right? You all see an opportunity. I'm gonna now really pass it over to you.
For us to leave.
Whatever you want to do, right? People are watching this. You see as your skeleton sort of like, oh, which one am I gonna pick? And you see William Blakely's like, which one's he gonna pick? Little arcane sparks shooting out, very jazzing this up. And you notice that for every minute that the Skelly is delaying, the timer, which had gotten to 1:45, an hour and 45 minutes left, is ticking up. So for every minute the Skelly is wasting, the timer is increasing our meeting time.
God.
Terrible.
oh no. Oh no.
Look, Skelly Boy does not know how to love. So Skelly Boy is just gonna hit one of the boxes.
Rad. All right, so we're gonna come back to that, right? So you can decide when that occurs. But the rest of you all see this opportunity. What would you like to do?
Let's go. And I'm gonna take Apathy by the hand, and we're gonna head out.
Consent. It's fine. It's fine. I am gonna whisper the riddle to him and just be like, I don't know that it'll be the same riddle, and I certainly don't know the answer to this, but this is an example. So if being invisible isn't enough, if they can tell someone's there, they're gonna ask a riddle, and this is the kind of riddle.
I believe
Maybe we should
Sphinxes
figure out
and
the answer to this one, but it probably won't be the same one twice in a
I
day.
believe Sphinxes can see through invisibility, but
Are they sphinxes though, or are they decoration that have been
question.
enchanted to act like sphinxes?
I am sorry, by the way,
Yeah, you should be.
and I am. So I am what I should be.
Yeah,
Perfect.
except dead. You should be dead.
No, I am also that.
And
You
yet.
two, as you say that, you get up, you start moving. Make for me a stealth check. Remember, Apathy, by the power of William Blakely, you both have bless and advantage on your next 2 rolls, whatever those rolls may be.
Okay, so I get advantage, so I'm going to reroll that because that was not great. 22.
22. All right.
Oh man.
And
I
Nicholas?
rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
So that's a 21
all right.
plus with the
Nice.
bless effect, if the bless applies.
Oh yeah, that was without adding anything for being blessed.
Yeah.
That makes it 24.
24.
Nice.
Rad. And then you got 22 for you, Apathy. As you two get up, you're in the back of the room, right? You can see that the 2 skeletal ushers have sort of stepped forward and they're just sort of like watching, holding hands, watching the skeleton that Nikolaus sent up, kind of be like, which box am I gonna choose? They're all watching as you two just quietly slip out. Tusher and Hemlock, anything you wanted to do?
Yeah, so as I see the 2 of them sneaking out together, like I definitely notice that they're holding hands, and I lean over to Hemlock and I'm like, are they getting back together?
You want to make a bet?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta check how much money I got, and I dig through my pockets, and I'll be like, "How about I got 10 gold. They smooched today."
I got, and then Tusha rummages through his pockets. I got 10 good berries that says that they'll remain friends.
Gross. I love it. Okay.
Making this bet. Was there any other actions you want to do?
So, do you think we could go down there and talk to Percy?
You want to?
Percy or
sorry,
Carter?
not Percy.
Stricken with grief.
Carter.
You're stricken with grief.
Carter. Yes,
About
I'm
Percy.
confused.
I know. Let's go sneak up there.
All right.
Or I guess we'll pretend to be crying too. Or bring him some
We can-
tissues. You got tissues?
Yeah, we can also pretend that this show is moving us. So like as we're going through the crowd, we're just like bumping arms, like we're really into it, but we're just like pushing our way through the crowd.
Yeah, cry.
Maybe-
Scream.
Yeah, what are you doing? Right now, there's a skeleton up on stage, sort of being like, "Which box am I going to choose?" And when Nikolaus decides, the skeleton will choose. Right? How are you making your way up to Carter? Carter's in the front row. You're in the back row.
I think Tusha's just gonna like gently push his way past, while the whole time just bumming his hands up and down, being like, which box, left, right.
Cool. Hemlock, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna like sit on his foot so that I can just like,
Right.
as he takes steps, I'm just kind of like, and I'm gonna keep an eye out for anybody low down who looks suspicious.
Okay, rad. Yeah, sweet. Give me a performance check. Tusher.
Performance, huh? Oh, okay, 7.
7? Okay. You're starting to, you're kind of like trying to go like which box, and you see that it's not like fully landing because most people are seated. As you're like pushing past them, you're doing this and they're all seated around you at this moment in time. As you're shuffling up, and then you see as William spots you. And it's like, "Oh, I like the dance moves. Yes, everybody, let's get more celebratory about this. Which box? And William just starts doing it as well. William is making a performance check with a nat 20. Immediately,
Oh my
everyone
God.
loses their minds in the crowd. As
Hemlock, we have the
William
best
Blakely
boss.
sort of casting magic, and everyone starts dancing. Even Carter, who's sort of like crying still, is just like, which box? Which box? As you make your way up there. So you're going to make your way up there as the two of you escape out of the auditorium here. Fantastic. We're going to stick first with Apathy and Nikolaus, and then we're going to come back to the scene at hand. Nikolaus, remember at any point in time, you can have the skeleton choose. I'm going to start a timer, and if you do not have it occur within like the next 4-ish rounds worth of semi-actions, something will occur.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
Can I just say, I find it very touching that the skeleton ushers are like, oh, a skeleton is accepting the award. What a day for undead representation.
Right, representation matters.
Awesome. Sweet. You two leave, right? And as you walk out, you see as the two sphinxes are just sort of sitting there. At this point in time, you can see that actually, sorry, you see only one sphinx sitting at the door. In the kitchen, you hear the sounds of glass sounding like it's getting swept up.
Okay.
And you recall, Apathy, that you had frozen all of the potions in there and just shattered everything humanly possible, right? You've done this dumping, so you can hear glass getting swept up as you see the sphinx just sort of sitting there hanging out.
Let's go and try and talk our way past them.
Cool. How's it going out? Who's invisible? I believe it was you, Apathy. Are you walking up?
I had said that we should try to make the skeleton go through it first, invisible, because if something gets blasted to oblivion, it should not be one of us. But we left the skeleton vamping in the meeting.
Skeleton's like,
So,
Yes. Plan has
oh my
changed.
god.
I pull out the portable hole and I unfold it. And you know how to use one of these, right?
Do I?
You're a seasoned adventurer. Sure.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
not?
Apathy
Yeah.
doesn't care. She's like, yes.
I think the answer
Why?
is secret.
Why are we
Good luck.
asking?
And then I hop into the portable hole.
I'm gonna like fold it up and shove it in my pocket and consider not doing anything. Like I could just leave it there. He could just stay there.
Okay.
I could just not let him back out.
Question. What do I find in the portable hole? You can send it to me in the chat.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We're going to come back to you now. Okay. Apathy. You are now alone with a folded up portable hole.
I'm gonna duck around a corner to where I certainly won't be visible to anyone who's a sphinx.
Okay.
And I am going to use disguise self to look like William.
Okay. Okay. Rad. Cool.
That's what I want to do.
You've seen William again at this point in time. You cast to look exactly like him, and then you can step out if you would like.
Yeah. And I'm just going to walk past that sphinx like I own the place because I do.
I will give you a performance check.
Okay.
Before you roll
Okay.
Apathy, right? You must successfully beat a DC 22 on this.
I am still blessed, and I do still have advantage.
You have one more advantage.
What is the mechanic for my blessing, though? What am I adding?
It's an additional 1d4.
1d4, that's what I thought. Okay. I didn't want to roll the wrong thing. I'm going to get my d4 out of my pretty shiny at-home dice. Okay.
Oh, what's your bonus to performance?
It is +5, so it's not amazing, but it doesn't suck.
Okay, so to get a 22, yeah, you're gonna need to roll pretty high.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first attempt.
Roll a 16 or higher, that would
I
succeed.
just rolled a 16.
Nice.
And I've got a +5, so I'm at 21 right now. And then here comes my d4.
Yep. All right.
Ah, it's under my mouse. I can't see it.
It's a roller coaster.
It's a 4.
Oh,
four.
awesome.
It's a 4.
Awesome.
25
Yeah.
total, and I didn't even have to re-roll.
You step forward striding as if you're kind of like you own the place, apathy.
And I'm doing William too, right? Like I've seen his body language. I know how he just was. Like I have the confidence, but I also have like the hitch in my get along that says I'm a gazillion years old.
Okay, awesome. As you are walking, you see the Sphinx sort of sitting there. You see as the Sphinx sort of turns to look at you as you're walking forward. And the Sphinx stares at you and then goes, "Answer my riddle."
No.
Okay, go on in.
That checks out. That's William.
Okay, I would say that we have about 2 actions left. Apathy, you've walked into this room. You can step up to the doorway, right? You can touch this arcane rune if you would like, and to attempt to open the door.
I'm gonna just sort of make sure I'm out of sight of the Sphinx.
Yep,
Whether
cool.
that's like around a corner or whatever, and I'm gonna like peek into the portable hole and be like, "You got any magic to open the door?"
You think that you're never going to be out of the sight of the Sphinx. The Sphinx has turned to look away from you, and you're getting
Okay.
away with this. But if you can try to continue kind of having significant engagement in a weird way, you are all on performance right now. This is all
Okay.
about you're running high here with this.
So yeah, I am going to like with my back turned and quietly but still like very much in character as the little old man, and I'm the wizard, and I'm gonna throw sparks in the air if I have to, but I don't right now. Opening the door. I will touch the rune just to like see if it opens, but I'm also like peeking into the portable hole, being like, "This is what's happening."
Cool.
If you're in my pocket, like I've got to like as though Greg the Spider was in my pocket, right? Just like.
Awesome. You do this, and you touch, make an Arcana check.
Oh, this is gonna be ugly. I rolled a 2.
Okay,
That was
cool.
not good.
You touch the arcane rune. You see as it flares to life. We're gonna cut over for a moment to Hemlock and Tusher here as everyone's going, "Open the box! Open the box!" You have both gotten up, and you can see Carter open the box.
The meeting's so long already.
All right, you both have gotten up to Carter here.
Awesome. Carter, buddy. Do you remember us from earlier?
You think you can have a decent conversation here amid the din of open the box, right? Like you hear people going, "What's in the box?" Right? Like everyone's losing their darn mind. And yeah, you turn, he turns, "Oh yeah, I recognize you." Yeah, Swamp Avenger?
I'm the Damp Avenger. You
The
can call me
Damp
D.
Avenger.
My friends do sometimes.
Sorry, yeah. Hey, and
Yeah.
Tusher, nice to see you.
Hey, I know things haven't been easy for you lately.
Yeah,
Heard about Percy.
it's been bad. It was horrible. It was like one moment wand of magic missile, the next moment Percy's dead.
So he got magic missiled to death?
I don't know if that's what magic missile looks like, but it was weird. The wand had this like finger attached to it, and when it was cast, this like green dark energy like hit Percy, and it was bad, man.
You're really new, aren't you?
Can you tell? Is it wait? Can you tell? Is it bad?
No.
Yeah, okay.
You're doing fine. But who's
Hey,
wielding
how
this
are your
wand?
friends? Sorry, real quick. How are your friends doing? The ones who broke up? Like that sounds
Oh,
really bad.
they're making out in the back. It's fine.
Oh,
Well,
all right.
I think they'll be killing each other.
Okay,
before
oh wait, okay, there's mixed messages. Anyway, sorry.
we have a bet going. You want in? Anyways, we'll do that later.
Yeah, okay.
Who is holding the wand?
One of the new adventurers. One of the people we were doing the job for.
What did they look like?
they were just run of the mill, you know, like we got hired on. Aspen and Percy and I, we were doing this like robbing scene where we were going to jump on the cart. Percy was going to run us away, and it was the average level adventurers, so to speak, but pretty new still. And they pop out, they shouted, quick, hit the horse with the magic missile, and they pop the wand out, shoot it, the horse, Percy,
Those are no
the
heroes.
pony dies, and they were as shocked as we were.
This wand of magic missile, it sounds like it's too valuable of an item for normal low-level adventurers. Did these adventurers happen to be wealthy? Or...
No, we got told that they're run of the mill. This was just like they were trying to get their start. I got the wand right here, though. And
What?
he shows, and you see the wand is in his coat.
Whoa, watch where you point that thing, buddy.
You see that he's kind of like showing it to you, but not really showing it to you, right? Like it's very trying to be clandestine about this.
Hey, do you think we could borrow that wand?
Sure.
We want to track down those who did this to Percy.
Can you bring Percy back?
Well, at least one of us can, but it might be in a way that you may not like.
I don't like that. Hemlock. Is it going to be okay, Hemlock?
Oh, buddy, no. Have you seen what's happening out there? We got Potion Paradise taking over. They got plants in greenhouses. Prisoners!
Yeah, I think
Prisoners in glass boxes.
I'm going to tell you right now, I think Aspen's been talking about a merger, a partnership of some kind going on. Just wanted to give you a heads up, but pulls out the wand, passes it over to you, Hemlock. You see that this wand looks to be like fully like this desiccated, decayed, almost like partially rotted wood and partially wood that's been wood charred in a way that it's been like cracked and burned. And you can see this wicked looking finger strapped to the end of it. Very, very pungent, awful odor to it. As the wand gets past to you, you hear William going, I'm getting sick of the what's in the box chant. We have to choose this. We snap back briefly to you touching the rune apathy. The door fizzles and dissolves away, and you can step forward into a hallway.
Oh, yeah. We're walking.
As you stride forward, you see that there's a second door in this hallway that looks to have this like fairly decent sized lock to it, like Acme level, sort of almost comedic looking lock to it. You can also see there's a fair number of arcane runes also on this door as you're taking a look at here, and then suddenly the door behind you seals itself shut.
Is the lock the Acme lock? That's a mechanical lock.
It is a mechanical lock.
Okay. And does that appear to me to be what is keeping the door closed?
You think that it is certainly locking the door, yeah.
Yeah. Mechanical locks are made of metal.
Yeah.
Metal freezes. Metal gets brittle when it's cold.
Yep.
So I'm gonna start by making it cold.
Rad. Okay. You start working on the cold. It's gonna take a minute.
Sure.
Nikolaus, it is dark in this bag. You stand there for a second. You kind of like fall through the void and then land. And you kind of turn, looking around, and all you can hear for about a moment is what sounds like the like some sort of like clacking sound. What would you like to do?
Okay, I will cast dancing lights.
Oh, all right, awesome.
Let's put up a bunch of will-o-the-wisp lights around me.
Superb. You cast dancing lights, and as you do so, the first thing you see is the face that stares back at you. The face, as your dancing lights emerges, fully pushes in through the darkness into the light itself. And you see that the face looks to be in this like mournful wail. And then you see the body above and around the face. So the face looks almost like embedded in the body, in the chest of whatever this is. And then you see the second face looming high above you, its neck craning and looking down on you. You immediately recognize this because you are a necromancer, that this is a devourer.
Hail and well met.
What do you want?
Oh, just to share your space for a moment.
Oh, cool.
How's your
Thought you were
digestion? Tap, tap, tap.
what?
How's your digestion going? Tap, tap, tap.
It's all right. Yeah, thanks. Got anything to help? I've been having heartburn recently.
I do have a potential murderer to share.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. There's been all I've been eating for the last couple of weeks has been like various animals and occasionally the adventurer, right?
Tainted
Bad
souls
for
are your favorite, aren't they?
what are
Tainted souls.
tainted souls are delicious. I've been looking for a villain for ages.
Tell me, are there any corpses in here that you haven't eaten yet?
Oh, I can go check.
Awesome.
Sounds good. All right, I'll be back. Vanishes into the darkness.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, awesome. Cold is happening. You have the wands. What goes down? Let's start with the wands. Back to the party. All right, we gotta choose this box. I am getting sick of this.
Oh man, Hemlock, there's something about that wand that you've got that reminds me of Nikolaus, but like much scarier.
You think I could use it to pick my nose?
I wouldn't point it at your own face for now. At least not until we know how to fire it. You don't want to.
I mean, that guy had it. I don't know. Okay, well, how about you hang on to it then?
Okay.
Because, like, you know, you're less organic than the rest of us.
That's true. That's true. Good thinking. So,
We're gonna choose the box in about 5 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. We're counting down. I can't wait any longer.
As Tusher gets the wand, he wants to examine it. Are there for any like like craftsman's marks? Is there any like branding on it? Are there any clues about like where it comes from?
You don't have to make a check right now, right? Especially in this like speedy moment, right? It's not like you have time to like inspect every corner, but what you're doing is doing a cursory glance, right? And what you notice is that the brand, there is a brand on this wand. It has been marked with a corporate brand, but it has been scraped to near irrecognizable in this moment of time.
Hemlock.
3,
This is a mass-produced product.
2.
Look, the branding's been scratched off.
Holy.
Throws one of the boxes on the ground.
1, and the box gets knocked to the ground as you're saying, "Holy Hemlock!" The box falls, hits the ground, and you see that as the box falls down, it rolls out. And I'm going to roll a quick die here to 50-50 this. Okay, cool. You see as this like putty oozes out of the box. Ladies and gentlemen, Nikolaus got Sebastian. Everybody, a warm applause. you see is the ooze goes to the skeleton and then swirls up it, and you see it starts to cover everything but the skeleton's head, and then you see a face emerge on the ooze, and William he says, Sebastian's a mimic who's only ever wanted to be on the stage. And you see is suddenly the mimic, while covering the skeleton's body, turns into like a very crisp uniform, then switches to like a full-on gown, then switches to a couple other like various dresses. Sebastian's a thespian. We found Sebastian in a theater recently and decided to recruit them.
Woo!
Yeah, Sebastian.
All right, back to the business at hand. We're going to talk about mergers. And you see is suddenly like the PowerPoint comes back on. Buckle up, everybody. It's going to be boring for about 90 minutes.
Oh my god. Hemlock, the
Yeah.
thought just struck me that if we find somebody who knows how to cast mending, maybe they could restore this wand's branding.
Oh my god, that is so smart. I don't know how to do that.
Neither do I.
Do you think that Nikolaus or Lady Hellblade or Apathy do?
Could we just remember whether we know they do? Or I guess we have the mental link on, don't we? The chat room?
I'm in a different plane of existence right now.
And I was never invited to the chat.
Correct. So
you would know
I'm
based
not
upon
in
your,
the team group chat, y'all.
you know that based upon your colleagues' stuff, you don't think either of them have that ability at this time.
Okay.
have we worked together before, Tusher and Hemlock and I?
Sure, why not?
Because they might know that I have a very thick grimoire and can swap out cantrips.
Right.
So
yeah,
theoretically, I could make that happen.
Yeah, okay. We get Nikolaus to do this for us afterwards.
Yeah, or I'll turn back to Carter and I'll be like, "Hey Carter, you got mending?"
No.
Okay. He's having a rough day. Well, then we could have mended your heart. I'm so sorry. Maybe if you want to, do you want to get a glass of water? Come with us.
Can we go? Can we get out of here?
Yeah. This guy, this man needs water and electrolytes.
Bathroom breaks are appropriate just once during this meeting, so feel free to walk on out. I'll expect you back in about 3 minutes or so.
You bet.
Yep. We'll see you then.
Yep. You all walk out. You can fully leave the auditorium at this moment in time.
Okay, we'll bring Carter.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. You step on out, and we come back to Apathy. So that's all happened. That's been just a little bit of time. We know that Nikolaus is in a portable hole at this second moment in time. Apathy, your chilling touch is touching. Has been working at the lock here. At some point, you hear it go, and like you hear the ice crystals kind of covering the lock. Yeah.
Yeah, good. I literally have a weapon called an Arctic Splinter, and I'm just going to be like, not only will I break you, I will add, what is it? It takes an extra 1d6 cold damage every time I tap it.
Cool.
It's basically,
I'm going to freeze this thing until it's so
brand
brittle
sword.
it shatters.
Got it. It's going to take you a minute longer, right? We're
I'm
still
fine
working
with
at
that.
it.
We're good.
Nikolaus. Yeah, I got a body. Don't worry about it. Hey, found it. All right.
Excellent. I'm just
see
sitting
is-
there cross-legged, just waiting.
In the echoing steps of this, the devourer kind of ring around you as then the devourer drops what appears to be like an adventurer, like the skeleton adventurer, leather armor, a little bit of half plate, half semi-rusted at this point in time. Fully drops, is partially zombified at this point in time.
So I could make it either a zombie or a skeleton. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Interesting. When did this one come here? Do you know?
Long time ago, like 100.
I'll keep that
200.
in mind. How long have you been here?
long time.
So, was it someone attempting to make a portable hole of devouring?
Yeah, crazy decision making, right? Found me, had the portable hole. I'm sitting there. I'm eating somebody.
As
Everything
one
goes
does.
dark. I'm in this place now.
They put it over your head while you weren't looking.
I'm
Classic.
having an existential moment because you are telling me where I've been living for the last and points down, and you actually notice the floor has a bunch of tick marks on it that stretch off into the darkness for God knows how long. So yeah,
Does
it's
anything
crazy.
else ever show up in this hole?
I mean, no, it's pretty uneventful other than people. Do you want me to throw you out of it? Are you gonna get out of it?
You know, if you did that, I could find a way to get you out as well.
Done.
I make a pact with the terrible undead creature.
Very good deal. Very good deal. All right. Hold on. Grabs you, whips you out, and as you are just chipping away apathy, we see Hemlock, Carter, and Tusher all kind of stepping forward, and you can see that now both Sphinxes are gone. And you see that as you're working away apathy, suddenly Nicholas kind of like bursts out of the portable hole and lands nearby you. And at that point in time, we're going to take a break.
Heck yeah.
All right. We're up for 10 minutes, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the slow coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, get your wall and there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
In some tales, the adventure begins in a tavern. Not this time. In most tales, the heroes triumph over evil. Not this time. In all tales of my curse, I am bound forever to the Shadow Realm. Not this time.
And we're back just in time for those raiders. Welcome, raiders. Glad to have you. Shenanigans are happening, and it's about to go down. So, back into it.
All right. Apathy, as you're chipping away at this large mechanical lock, you hear as Nicholas steps beside. But before we come to you two, Tusher, Hemlock, and Carter Cartwright, you all have left the auditorium, and you can hear, yeah, I just don't know what happened. They all broke, and you can hear these two voices now going back and forth in the kitchen. Yeah, just every bit of glass. I've stepped on like 15 bottles at this point in time of glass. Can you get here and clean it up? And I got to get back to the door here shortly. What would you two like to do?
Just want to peek around the corner real quick. Confirm, are those the Sphinxes?
It's two sphinxes, both of whom are like using brooms and are just trying to sweep up portions of all of these potions that you've shattered.
Amazing. And how much taller is Carter than me? Because I'm like not quite 3 foot.
Oh yeah, Carter is a 18-year-old teenager who has had a significant growth spurt recently. Very
Amazing.
knobbly knees. Carter's like 6 foot.
So I want Carter to like come down to my level. So I'm like, Carter.
Yeah.
And as he comes down, I'm just gonna grab him by like whatever his shirt collar is, and I'm gonna be like, and my bill is like just really firm in his face, and I'm gonna be like, you gotta go do us a solid, and you gotta keep those sphinxes away from the door because we got stuff to do.
Okay.
Okay, can you be a hero for us, buddy?
I can be it. I can do it.
Hey, Tusher, tell him how much you believe in him.
I believe in you, friend. And if you're ever in doubt, just start telling them why you wanted to be a hero in the first place. Start at the very beginning.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. One day I was reading a book.
Don't tell us.
And
Yeah,
it just
tell
starts
them.
walking off
Great.
towards the sphinxes. Awesome. You two are alone. What would you like to do? The door is there.
If we look back towards the door, do we see Nicholas at Apathy's feet?
The door is actually shut, so you would need to run over and open the door if you wanted to.
Tusher, let's go.
Yeah, I really want to go open the door. Just what do we see?
Yes. All right. Nicholas and Apathy. What do we see?
Yes. How compromising a position are we in?
It's up to you two about that. And while you do that, I'm going to have Tusher, you're the one who touched the door. Do me a favor, just roll an Arcana check. Tell me it while they're describing the scene. So as the door opens up, what happens? What did they see?
Roll 12.
Thank you.
I mean, I at this moment have not even looked through the door yet because I'm like, hey, Captain Corpsicle, like when you jumped out of the hole.
Thrown, actually.
Thrown out of the hole. Does that implies there's something in the hole that could throw you?
Yes.
Is it
Are we
a
still holding each other for balance?
is it a I'm letting go. Yeah.
As you
Like
Tusher,
I'll realize that I'm still holding on to him and I'm like, wait, no, I can't do that.
Apathy, you do one of those turns for just a second as you're realizing it, right? And you can
Mhm.
see out of the corner of your eye, Hemlock and Tusher are just standing in the doorway watching.
Oh look. Teammates. That's what animal, vegetable, mineral, machine, what threw you out of the
Devourer. Do not worry. We are never, ever, ever getting back together.
like nunca. But
10 good
There's a-
berries
there's
and
a-
luck.
there's a devour
Whoa, hang on.
in the hole.
Yes.
Yeah, so we should I'm gonna keep that in my pocket for
I
use
recommend it.
on enemies.
I did. I made a pact with the Devourer.
You did what?
It's not important. Let's get
As you
through
say
this.
those
It's
words,
not what?
as you say those words, you hear as finally the lock has given way, the frozen lock.
Oh hey, look, we can open the door now. And I just like
Did it. I always did admire your technique of picking blocks.
it's just cold. It's metal becomes brittle when it's cold.
Oh, I remember.
Physics. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Open the door, please.
Okay. The door opens wide, right? And you can see that there's a brief hallway here. And you can see that too, kind of down at the end, you can see what looks to be a doorway. You can see William Blakely E. Galahad's name and scrawled in like this arcane language on the door. You think that's a William's office. You can see that then the hallway kind of veers to the right and you get this sense of like cold lighting, cold temperature of what you think is like probably one of William's laboratories over there. You can also see that to the left is like a doorway that says like bathroom on it.
I'm gonna guess that although the executive washroom might be interesting to see in person, and the documents relating to mergers might be interesting to steal to foul up William's day just for funsies, I do think the refrigerated laboratory area is the place we are most likely to find a dead horse.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, unless Hemlock, you've got another one of those locate spells.
It lasts an hour. So I'll like dog shake again.
Yeah.
And see if my little.
It's in the laboratory.
So we're
Ha.
following a divination spell?
I mean, yeah.
Well then, let's go.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
very clever, Hemlock.
Oh,
Okay.
you know who's also clever and who said you were clever? I just like out of the side of my bill, just being like, I heard Apathy say that she heard that you said some things about how cool it is. She likes cold things, you know, about how cool you are.
Tusher is gonna just like gently just kick Hemlock a little bit. That's cheating.
It's
It has to be,
true.
like, fair and square.
She ships it because she's got money on it now.
Tusher wants to close the door behind them as we enter.
Cool.
Is there a way I could
If
lock
I
it?
am cooler than
Yeah, of
usual,
course. Yeah,
because
you can attempt to lock it. Yeah, just you can lock the door.
If I am cooler than usual, it is because I have low circulation. My heart does not beat.
Yeah. She said that's hot.
Arriving in the laboratory, you see what looks to be like a mad mage's laboratory. You see decanters, you see various artifacts that are being investigated, inspected. You can see that like a brewing potion is being distilled and being produced. You can see what looks to be some sort of ancient arcane beast strung up on the ceiling, now long dead, just its bones, right? You can see that in the center of the room are two tables. The first, you see what looks to be what appears to be like a hag with a singular like cyclops look to them. You can see that sitting next to them is like this fedora, and they're dressed in what looks to be like Sherlock Holmesian garb. And there's a magnifying glass sort of like stacked on top of the fedora. And then you can see that the other table has a dead pony just laying on it.
Ah, perfect.
Oh, Percy. I'd hoped just a little bit that he was still alive.
This works better. I head over to the dead pony.
As you walk over to the dead pony, what's everyone else doing?
I'm like not watching because I know what's about to happen, and like I don't. It's creepy and it's not my favorite thing he does. So I'm gonna like stand back. Like this is his jurisdiction. We're gonna let him do his thing now.
Yeah.
Over
Tusher's
there.
going to go stand at the door, find like a shadow to like just meld back into and just stand watch.
Cool. Hemlock?
I want to just clamber up and I want to like. Is Percy real cold? Like, am I sure? I'm just not like. Can I like a little like I like clamber up and his like rib cage is so much bigger than me, and I just want to like put my head on him and be like, "Are you sure?"
Okay. Sounds good, Hemlock.
Can I roll medicine?
Yeah, you can roll medicine.
Jake is like has one of those faces like he's like
No,
What?
I was sorry. I was processing like a couple of things there. Yeah, medicine it up.
It's
He's
a
dead,
12.
Jim. Like
Right.
Yeah, it's
okay.
I'm just like getting the vision of this platypus doing this. I think that's what's going on here. Is the platypus comes up here. Nikolaus, you're stepping forward too. Nikolaus, what's your passive perception? What? 14? 13? 14. Nikolaus, you see something happening as you're doing kind of the medicine check there, Hemlock. You see something happening, Nikolaus. You see that Hemlock is about to be struck. It is happening at such a pace that I cannot describe more. This is sort of what I would describe and what I've heard others describe as like a click trap. You can only just declare an action here in the split second, but that's all the information I will tell you. You know, the hemlock is going to be struck, and it almost like a click, like imagine like a trap going off. You get to react in any way you want, and you may choose to do nothing. So that is an option for you. Nicholas, what would you like to do?
I put myself in the way.
Okay, Nicholas, you step forward as you, Hemlock, are putting your body to Percy the Pony. For a second, you hear this almost like sound of air rushing inward. For a second, and Nicholas, as you step forward, Percy the Pony's head snaps up, breaks as the head turns towards you, Hemlock, to bite you. And Nicholas, as you step in the way, Percy the Pony is biting forward and attacking you with a single attack here. Nicholas, what's your AC?
14.
14. Percy the Pony swings forward, and as it bites forward, you just sort of like step forward. It just hits your arm, does not do any damage to you, but just has like bit onto you. And Nicholas, as you see this happening, I'm going to have you both have a chance to react. You recognize that Percy the Pony is a zombie.
That's interesting.
Nothing
Percy,
ever
no!
stays dead around this man. I should have known better.
What a shame I can't cast Speak with Dead on an undead creature.
Is
Nicholas
there a way?
frustrated.
Is there a way to bring a zombie back to life?
Maybe we'd have to kill it again. And then this is not.
Do you know any high level priests?
Percy wouldn't want this. Percy wouldn't want this. Gotta put it down. Put it down. I'm just gonna scream because I'm terrified. So I'm like,
Percy is basically just like just biting, but doing nothing effective.
I think Tusher is going to walk over unless somebody else does something to him, and he's gonna pull out the cigar that he took from him, like at the beginning of last adventure, and he's gonna shove it into Percy's mouth to give him something to bite on.
Perfect. Anything else?
Mostly, I'm just exasperated that nothing stays dead around Nicholas. This is a pattern, and it's happening. And I will. I've already had my sword out, right? Because I was using it to break the door. I'm like, do I need to cut its head off?
Nicholas, what'd you say?
I put out my hand. Apathy.
What? I will take his hand, but I'm also like, do I need to cut his head off? Do I need to cut his head off?
Okay, I want to pull her in close. My strength of 14.
I'm not resisting.
And then I'm going to reach into her pocket and pull out the portable hole.
Oh, it's not a bad plan.
Whoop,
it's not a bad plan.
put him in the portable hole.
Before we do that, how about we look him over for clues? Okay.
Gone in the
Bye,
portable
Percy.
hole in this moment of time. Hemlock, you see Percy vanish for this time being. And as you all are kind of taking this in, what you have a moment and a beat here. What goes on?
That was not what I expected at all. So now you've fed the undead horse to the devourer in the hole in my pocket.
That's
which is not a sentence I ever thought I would utter.
Tusher, the wand.
Tusher pulls out the wand. He holds it out to Nicholas. This is the wand that caused Percy's death and maybe subsequent zombification. I don't know if you can discern anything from its make, but also there happens to be a corporate brand on it that's been scratched off. I know you can cast mending. Maybe you could restore the brand.
Would take some time, but I will try.
Don't put it in the hole.
I'll just put that in my coat.
You recognize this, being a necromancer, this is a wand of finger of death.
Wow. Okay. I definitely want to fix that. Okay.
So
Let's get out of
Carter
here.
told us that this wand, this was given to low-level adventurers. And
That's not possible. Unless.
What if they took it from another villain who died and had it on them? Like maybe a low level adventurer just kind of found it. Like they stole our stuff last time, like my poop.
Which of us at Galahad would be powerful enough to have this wand, but stupid enough to lose it to a low-level adventurer?
If it really had a corporate logo on it, would they have to be powerful to have it, or just like a little flush with cash and a little high in a store and full of bad ideas?
It's a highly expensive item.
I mean, I feel like if one of us lost it from the corporation, a safety bulletin would go out. They're really
can't
good
even
about
cast
telling us
this
about those
spell.
things.
But if someone was dead and they'd bought it with their own money or stolen it on their own from some rich guy on the street.
We should not be found here.
Yeah.
Fair.
I think, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, in the background, Hemlock is curious about. Did you say there's like Sherlock Holmes hat?
There is you look on the other table, you can see what looks to be, this like fully like, more like fedora-esque hat, right? With a magnifying glass sitting on top of it, and a Sherlock's Holmesian dressed hag with a single eye laying on the table.
I'm gonna like over there to investigate that while Tusher continues.
Hemlock, you know that this person was a former. You've been around Galahad just long enough. You actually, because you were the one messing on the leadership board, you saw that this person's name was very low on the Employee of the Month board for this month. But you actually recognize this is this character. Their stage name is called the Stink Eye, and they're a Galahad agent.
What are you saying, Tusher?
I think regardless of if it was stolen from another agent or if the adventurers got it on their own, we should really be careful on our next job. Hemlock.
Oh.
What's that you're looking at over there?
It's Stink Eye.
Oh my god.
Oh.
You recall that when Percy pulled you aside at the beginning of last adventure, that Percy had said that another adventurer got killed recently. Another Galahad agent got killed off.
Our other casualty then.
Is
it
dead?
obvious what killed him?
Dead?
What?
Is this hag dead or dead?
This hag, just quickly assessing it, right? Assessing like potentially how did this hag get killed? You don't see any specific reason why the hag is dead, but you know that the hag is under the condition of death where like speak with dead would work. Right? It's not undead or anything like that.
Okay. I can't speak with that.
Okay.
Great little sigils in the air.
As you cast the spell, right, the sigils appear in the air and you see the hag go, the single eye open up. Stink eye.
How did you perish?
I don't know. It was from behind.
What assignment were you on when you perished?
Trying to be the villain for a group of adventurers in limbo. The adventurers were in trouble, and I stumbled upon a secret. So I ditched the adventurers.
What was the secret?
Jars. So many jars.
Oh my god.
As your next question, before your next question, you hear over the loudspeaker, the PA system. Will Carter Cartwright please come to the auditorium? We would like to introduce our new union rep, Aspen. Based upon majority vote. Right, ladies and gentlemen, nice to meet you, Carter. I'm just going to say this over the PA system because I know that you might still be in the bathroom. And for anyone else who might have had to go to the bathroom, I know it's been minutes, but it's felt like days. Quotas are going to get high, and with the new merger between Paradise Potions and Galahad Corporation, we need to get those quotas even higher for everyone. Okay? We're going to be working hard. We do not want to let Percy's name get sullied by our ineptitude. I am excited to be your union rep. Back to you.
Where are these
I
jars
start
now?
smashing stuff in the room.
Perfect. Awesome. Superb.
Hemlock, calm down.
Make an investigation check while you do that. Nicholas, what are you doing?
Where did you put these jars?
I didn't put them. They were stored there.
Ask her if she saw any Paradise Potion logos on those jars.
Did
You
the
got one
jars-
question left.
Yes. Did the jars have the Paradise Potions logo?
No. Galahad.
Okay. The stuff her
Galahad
body
logo
in the
jar.
portable hole too.
The body goes in the portable hole. Awesome, rad. Cool. What was your investigation check?
9.
9? Nice. Shattering around here. 9 still does it in this moment of time. As you were sort of like breaking and shattering things, you spotted that there was a piece of paper on one of the tables. As you're kind of like just shoving glassware off the edge of the table as you're able to plat it as form, you see this piece of paper there. And you can see that it is a contract, a Galahad contract for being the spooky, icy villain, or with or sort of like being a spooky villain in an icy terrain in Pandemonium, or in Limbo. You see that for a group of mid to high level adventurers. And scribbled in what you think is William Blakely E. Galahad's hand, you say is a note: the adventurers are still out there.
Did I hear?
Ma!
Yeah.
I'll kick it over to you because I'm like, you like cold stuff? My little like web foot kicks it towards you.
Oh. Did someone say icy terrain?
Yeah, you looking at it, it says like icy terrain, but looking for some sort of feral monster to be the villain. And then lieutenants are some sort of backstabby person, right? And a couple of like arcane or sort of like mischievous impy characters.
I am the most backstabby person I've ever met in my life, and I think we have a couple of feral creatures who could flip a coin and decide who wants to take the lead.
I think Two Shirts probably picked me up by now as I'm still like
I'm trying to restrain you, but I can't because your rage is just too great.
I'm really slippery.
Want to go have a little cold revenge?
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. Cold revenge. Best kind.
What are you gonna do?
I think we need to get out of here because now Carter's not there to distract the Sphinxes. They're going to come back and guard the door unless we can figure out another way out.
You know what we could do is we sneak out, Two Shirt and I find a way to hide, and you guys pretend to make out because everybody thinks you're broken up, but maybe you're not broken up now.
Well, you could hide in the portable hole.
Not a good. No,
temporarily.
no.
Nicholas, why are you always trying to get us
It's
to go into the portable
dangerous in
hole now?
there. It's dangerous in the hole, Nicholas. Dangerous in the hole.
That is true.
There's danger in the hole, sir.
Can confirm. All right.
I mean, we better get out of here quick.
Yeah. Looking
Is it-
around,
Like,
looking around.
isn't it makes sense that there would be like a back door, right? Like, there's got to be like an executive
Yeah, you
entrance or exit. Like, can't we go
You-
not back through the lobby?
you actually recall, right? So the as I had mentioned earlier, there's ways to like maybe like sabotage or hack into a swan song stone if you wanted to. As you're looking around, you recall that like the doorway that got you all this deep had arcane runes on it, and if somebody here was willing to, these doorways kind of act as like little portals in some way, shape, or form. You could try to hack a dimensional door or a planar door here. That could be a risk. Otherwise, yeah, you think that you need to find some way to get out of the building, right?
Like, we
There's a
could
planar
we could
door.
try a
Give it a
planar
shot.
door. Otherwise, we could try like the window from the boss's office.
All right, planar door it is.
Of course, that's your answer.
All right.
Of course.
You can race out. We're kind of doing like a little bit of a bullet time here, right? As you all kind of shuffle out, who would like to, and we're going to actually, if you want, we can do a group collective check. This would require Arcana in some way, at least one Arcana, but 3 other skills can be applied here. You just have to describe how you're doing it. And you're doing a collective check to try to beat this.
Okay.
So who wants to do the Arcana? And then what are the 3 other skills?
Is anybody actually trained in Arcana?
Not I.
Okay, I guess I'm
No.
doing the Arcana.
Okay, you're
Okay.
doing the Arcana. Great.
I want to add insight to like the understanding of how to get what you want on the other side of a planar door.
Okay, rad. I love it.
I want to do sleight of hand, and I just want to keep feeding Nikolaus good berries on the sly.
Right. And Hemlock?
I will roll. Interesting. I think I'm gonna do stealth
Rad.
with the idea that like a little bit of like fog and mist in places just to help like conceal or make noises down hallways. You know, with a little bit of cantrip magic.
I love it. So you're kind of starting to do this fog, this little bit of cantrip magic, right? What's going to happen here is we're going to start with is you're doing the insight check, apathy. You're kind of looking and trying to imagine like, okay, how do we do this, right? And you're starting to try to get this insight on like arcane magic. This is a little bit more like Arcana, but you're trying to more draw on like the feels and vibes of what's going on here a bit. And you find for a moment that you're actually like drawing on like limbo is this chaotic, wild place that you could wind up going to. And as you're thinking about this, you know that like limbo is ever changing, right? It's strange. You know that there's spots that are really hot and really cold. And as you're thinking about this, right, is there any thoughts that come to mind that help guide you?
It's just very much like intention toward cold. Like we're trying to go where I'm trying to go, and where I'm trying to go is always the cold place. And so I'm going to that's what it's going to be, like intention toward like we want to go to the cold end of it. That's what
Cool.
we want. And if I am able to recognize like any of the runes and understand using insight like what order we want to interact with them in order to land in the cold part versus like any other level of hell, that's where I want to go.
With what did you roll on the die?
I had 27.
Damn. So a success is you're starting to kind of channel this. You're starting to be like, okay, I think I'm getting where it's going to go. We're going to save the Arcana for the last, right? So I'm going to have either Hemlock or Tucher go next.
So Tushar, having worked with Nikolaus for a long time, knows that he thinks best and he focuses best on his work while he's snacking. So he begins to just sneak treats into his mouth, but mostly just good berries. because they're the most nutritious and healthy, and give him that energy to just focus extra hard on his arcane work.
Cool.
And
I am technically
with
at half hit
27.
points, so this is real helpful.
27. My
Jeez.
God.
Wow. all
With
right.
another 27 with 2 successes, right? You are popping these snacks in. And Tutor, as you're doing so, you actually hear from down the hallway where the second door, the first door that you entered in goes, you hear, oh no, yeah, we were just both cleaning up. There was a ton of stuff that let me into the office right now.
Hurry,
Yes,
work faster,
let him
Nicholas.
in. What do you have to say about this, Carter? And as you're doing this, right, you've made your check. Hemlock.
I only rolled a 13 for stealth, but probably if I heard our good friend Aspen speaking down the hall, I'm just like, ah! And I'm just like, I'm probably still tucked under Tusher's arm as we're trying to escape together, and I'm just like, ah!
Not as helpful.
No.
Not as helpful here, but so not a success. And now we go to Nikolaus. How does it play out?
Okay. So I got an Arcana 17.
As you cast this Arcana check, right, you see as you're kind of like almost pulling bits of the weave and the arcane magic, and you know what it means to sort of, you deal with undeath, you know what it means to warp in some way. And so here you're almost like, and you're bending bits of arcane magic, starting to form them into a door. And it's like, you eat another snack, you're being charged up, you can hear from Hemlock nearby, and you can get this sense of like stability from behind you, from Apathy in this moment. But what does Nikolaus think about in this moment in time?
I am thinking about the Galahad Corporation symbol on soul cages. Not just any jar, soul cages, because that's my favorite kind of jar.
Okay. That thought crossing through your mind, thinking about soul cages, you manage to warp the arcane energy. A 17 is successful. And the second you warp it, you see as the door pushes forward. 3 successes is what you needed in this case to open this door this way. You see as the door, you can open it, and suddenly a variety of planar chaos starts to touch and hit you as you start this plane travel. All of you together start getting sucked into it. In the second, who would be last?
Not Tusher and Hemlock. I think we would probably jump in first because we need Nikolaus to be holding it, and Apathy is helping him channel or focus.
Yeah, I think actually I would be last.
Cool. Great.
Because if I overheard any of what's happening, like coming at us, I can disguise myself or be invisible for that last moment and get out of the way without us getting caught. So I would be last.
Apathy. This is going to be a very important check.
Oh no.
As the door opens, as you see your friends, as Nikolaus all port through the door, Apathy, you turn and you see the frailest looking man standing in the doorway. 2 sphinxes' heads peering in, and you hear one of the sphinxes going, I told you, boss, it was Apathy. I let her in just to see what was going on. You see as Aspen standing there going, like with a look of shock on her face, going, what's going on? What's happening right now? And you see little Carter Cartwright with one of William Blakely's hands on Carter going, don't worry, Carter. And Apathy, in this moment in time, you have to make a deception, some sort of check. If you try, they're saying it's you. You get 1 chance at this to convince them otherwise. And I don't want to be mean, but I'm going to need a 19 or a 20 on this.
I will remind you that I still look like William.
Oh, sure.
So
it slowly
they don't necessarily know it's me, but
it
they're
slowly
saying
dawns on
it's
you.
me.
It slowly dawns on you that sphinxes have true sight and can just see through disguises,
Sure.
and you think you were let in.
You still have blessing on though, right?
I do still have I do still have
Apathy.
blessing on.
There is a chance in this moment
Uh-huh.
If you want to roll that die.
I
You can choose not to.
Take a swing. Big swing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
All right. Go
I
for it.
think that was not great, but I am still blessed. So where's that D4? Where's what did I put it? It's like it's really important now, and I put it back in the bag.
Oh no!
Okay.
I mean, you could run it through the thing.
That's
Just
on
go
a
back.
that's in a whole nother like situation. Here we are. Here we
All
are.
right.
Here we are. That was a 3. So
Oh.
21 total.
21 total.
I'm sorry. I was just so sad. People kept they're talking about and I had to get out of the meeting and I knew Galahad, this company has some of the best security there is, and I knew if I just needed to be by myself,
As you
I could come back here.
say
I'm sorry.
those
I'm so sorry. And I dived through the portal.
words, a disguised William Blakely E. Galahad sobbing and saying those words. I failed to be clear. It was a 19 or 20 on the D20.
Oh, it was an 18. It was an 18 on the D20.
So, but what happens in this moment with it, I want to honor a bit of what happened, right? As you warp through this, as you step forward, you see Aspen going, what the hell? Who is that? But you see William Blakely's face, unchanged, staring at you. And you've been an adventurer. You've seen murder in people's eyes as William Blakely E. Galahad stares at you. As you jump through the portal, your planar travel happening, you feel a hand grab you. And as you turn, it is holding your ankle. And what arcane hand, as you saw William Blakely push forward, an arcane hand ripping through a planar travel is trying to grab a hold of you for a second. You kick free for a moment, and the hand lets go. And you have, and you all four, and we are also applying Lady Hellbrand to also be Fellbrand, a blade to also be here eventually, right? But all you land, and you hear the whipping winds of limbo as you find yourself standing within the extraplanar dimension of limbo, and you see far in the distance what looks to be a little like fortress, and there's a little white flag being waved back and forth as catapults rain molten balls towards the fortress. And the little light flag just keeps waving back and forth. And that is where we will end the adventure for this evening.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Guys, I think I might be fired.
Visit to the plane of limbo. This will be interesting. A place the dungeon scrollers have not exactly gone before. Well, there was that brief moment. Anyway, we'll talk about it next time. I've been Eric Scott B, playing Nicholas the Necrombo, and this is great. Join our Discord. We talk about this stream and other streams and all kinds of stuff. We have a very thriving Baldur's Gate 3 discussion thread, which I highly encourage everyone to check out. We are very silly. Yeah. Oh, I guess I should say I write stuff. You should go check out. Look me up online. You'll find stuff. Anyway, take it away, Yang Yang.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Yang Yang. I just played Tusher, the health food obsessed thief swarm keeper. Ooh, wow, what a doozy! If you want to discuss this episode or check out any of our other channels, talk about like games, books, movies, Baldur's Gate 3, all that good stuff, come join our Discord. Type in !Discord into the chat for a link. Our community is really chill, real rad, real friendly. So come join us. We'd love to have you. Roz?
Hello, I'm Roz. I've been playing your platypus druid Hemlock, and I'm over here visiting the lovely Dungeon Scrollers and all of the amazing storytelling with Jake here on this adventure for Villains Wanted. And you can find me over on Questkeep on Tuesdays and otherwise around in the tabletop space. And Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda Cherry. I write books about powerful women who aren't very nice, including these two that I co-wrote with Eric Scott DeBee. You should check those out, pick them up. We just got some really good reviews on Twitter today, which is very exciting. Tonight I have been playing Apathy Blue, who doesn't care about anything except the fact that she might have just gotten fired. But at least she didn't get murdered, which is very exciting. Not that her ex wouldn't probably find that a very attractive quality in a person, so who knows. Yeah, you can find me online at Amanda the Ginger on the X Twitter and also on TikTok. My website is thegingervillain.com. I'm here on Dungeon Scrollers for Villains Wanted and also for Grey Mantle. And yeah, I've had a really good time. This is ridiculous and I love it.
And thank you all for coming and joining us. My name is Jake Hipsch. It's so much fun. Such a pleasure to run this adventure with all of you. I'm so excited for where this is going. It is twists and turns that leave me, as you clearly saw over the course of this adventure, a little speechless when a small platypus hugs a horse that is actually a zombie. So it is such a blast. Again, come and check me out. I'm writing a various content, otherwise running games like this, having a good time. And it's such a pleasure being here. It's such a pleasure for you all to stick around and watch this. And I would love theories as to what's going on and where we're going next. So can't wait to see them.
Right. Thanks, everybody. See you next week. The villains will return.